back to the Knit Crowd as well as Yarnspirations.com. I'm your host Mikey. Today we're going to start our starter project, and so if you're feeling ambitious you can start with this particular project in order to create something kind of fun. So this is a baby's blanket, just like so. It is a total of 33 inches across by 35 inches long, and it's actually not a hard pattern to work with, and it's the garter stitch. So we've already had this in our series of learning how to do the garter stitch. What we have to pay attention to the most is the knitting needles and the yarn. We also have in our tutorial series on how to be able to change colors, which are done on the very edges, just like so. So there's nothing in the middle, but if you run out of yarn midway through, I also have a tutorial available to do that. So let's go through a little bit of this pattern because you're gonna need to understand about the knitting needles before you begin. So in the pattern it has that we're using a US 11 or an 8mm circular knitting needles that are 36 inches, just like you see here. So this is referencing that the cord and the knitting needles have to be a total of 36 inches. I'm not gonna lie to you, the ones that you see on screen are smaller because I'm only gonna do a small example with you today just to get you started. So what we have here is that your point from this point here all the way through the cord to the other side should be a total of 36 inches. The ones that you see on camera here are about 18 inches long. So there's not enough space on the cord in order to house the entire baby's blanket like so. This is using the garter stitch just back and forth, and we have demonstrations on how to change your colors of the yarn at the end. So let me just get you started on doing this, and just let me start you, and we'll begin from that point. So let's begin the baby blanket. I'm using Bernat Blanket yarn as it's demonstrating inside the pattern, and I'm going to create a slip knot, and we also have a slower tutorial available on how to do slip knots. So we're just gonna create the slip knot, and we're going to put that onto the knitting needle just like so. So what I'm gonna do is a twist and transfer. I have a tutorial available on how to do that, but I will demonstrate it here. So what I want to do is that I want to take the knitting needle and I want to insert it into the same loop just like this, and I want to take the strand leading towards the ball just like this. You want to keep your yarn outside of this ring. So whenever this ring is closed off in the middle, you want to make sure that it stays on the outside. So I'm gonna do it like a garter stitch kind of idea, and I'm going to just wrap the back needle, okay, and I'm gonna flick it forward, and I'm gonna place that back onto the knitting needle like so. But when I go to do it so is that I want to come up from underside like this. Okay, so as I come and pull it off, I want to come and just put it on like that. I'll demonstrate that again. So you're gonna go in, okay, so your knitting needle stays towards the back side. Okay, just get that straggler out of the way for now. And I want to wrap the back needle and flick it forward, and before I put it on I want to get this needle and I want to come up from the underside and put it on. It's causing it to twist, and you'll have a lot better look at the end. So you keep doing that, and it says that you need to cast on for 57. So I would do a whack of these. If you want to count as you go you can, and you want to get 57. Now this is an any size blanket. It's only a garter stitch back and forth, so if you want to do it smaller you can, if you with less stitches. I don't know how smaller it would be. I don't know what the stitch count would be per inch if you wanted to change the size, but this is just a regular garter stitch then as you're working. So you make sure you put it on like that. Okay, so you want to go your total width across. Oops, I've got to come in from the back side like so, and you keep on going. So once you get satisfied with the total that it wants, then you begin to do the knit stitch. So we're gonna begin the knit stitch, and all it is, it's knit stitch back and forth, and when you use that combination of just knit stitch going back and forth, it's called a garter stitch. And so you will see that's referred to in the pattern as well. It's just a knit stitch as well, just back and forth. So going in to the loop, keeping the strand on the outside, so when you start make sure it stays to the outside. So you come into the loop and this needle is on the back, so this one's on the back, and you wrap around, you flick it forward and come up. So I'm using the circular knitting needles because 57 of these stitches going across would go a lot longer than the knitting needles that you have. So you need that 36-inch distance in order to really get this whole thing onto the knitting needles. So you obviously won't be using 36-inch long knitting needles, and that's where the circular comes into play. So you're just gonna knit yourself all the way across. It's just a knit stitch right to the end, and when you're satisfied you're done. So you have to turn this in a way, so when you go to do this you have to turn this away that this strand doesn't get stuck in the ring. So you turn it like so, and as it gets longer you just got to watch for that, and when you go to grab this next needle, okay, you insert in, but make sure this strand is still on the outside, it's not inside the ring. I did one whole row like that and it's a real pain because then you get friction of the yarn bumping into the project the whole time because you've got it trapped inside the center of the ring. So you're just gonna knit stitch back and forth just like so, and it's telling you to knit stitch for a total of 35, or the garter stitch kind of really for 35 inches for the length, and all it is just back and forth with this. So it's giving you a suggestion of patterned striping if you wish. I kind of got lazy and I just did mine with variegated yarn with the Bernat Blanket line, and with that it actually turned out really good. So once you get that done, just flip your needles again and just start, and you're just going back and forth. So we have a tutorial available on how to cast off if you wish once you get done that process, and it's really not a hard pattern in order to follow along. You just got to keep on going and just stick the pace and go for it. So it's a really kind of a great starter project if you're looking to do something new, and if this is something that is on your bucket list in order to improve your skills. I found with myself it was my starter project because I really wanted to get the swing of moving the knitting needles and more, and because of that it's given me a actually more confident level to being able to knit, even though it's such a simple concept. You start off with simple because if you go right for the hard stuff right away you'll give up. So this is how you do this particular pattern. It's in a wink, a baby blanket, just simple knit stitch back and forth. Till next time, I'm Mikey on behalf of the Knit Crowd as well as the crochetcrowd.com.